Hey, welcome. We are going to share today on the significance of the Warriors of the Rainbow prophecy. And this originated and spans through all different cultures, the indigenous for one, but also Dolores Cannon, our beautiful Dolores Cannon, that spoke about the different waves of rainbow children, indigos, empaths. And so I just was really fascinated by the idea of wounded healers rising. And so I did a research on the energy of Chiron, and I would like to just share this journey with you because I find it to be very significant. I'm coming to you on the month of March of 2021. And for me, we are in Revelations and also the revealing of the dark hidden things and warriors rising. So first I would like to share the article that I pulled up on ancient origins about the indigenous and the warriors of the rainbow prophecy. And I'm going to share that with you first before we go into some of the notes that I researched on the Chiron in Aries generations. One day there would come a time when the earth being ravaged and polluted and the forest being destroyed. The birds would fall from the air, the waters would be blackened, the fish would be poisoned in the streams, and the trees would no longer be. Mankind as we know it would all but cease to exist. This is how the rainbow prophecy begins, as retold by a woman of Cree Indian Nation of America over a century ago. The Cree are one of the largest groups of First Native Nations Americans in North America. There are over 135 bands of Cree living in Canada, with a total population of approximately 200,000 today. The rainbow prophecy, as it has become known, refers to the keepers of legends, to rituals, and to other myths that will be needed when the time comes to restore the health of Earth. It is believed that these legendary beings will return on a day of awakening when all people will unite and create a new world of justice, of peace, and of freedom. And they will be named the Warriors of the Rainbow. They will reteach the values and the knowledge that has been lost in time, demonstrating how to have wisdom and extra perception and how to unify. Harmony and love is the only way forward. So first of all, that makes me emotional because as an empath, as a double earth sign, I've always loved nature. I've always wept on the inside to see humans destroying our planet, our Mother Gaia, the womb that sustains us. I weep on the inside knowing that human beings have lost respect for the soil, for the air, for the earth, and the sacredness of fire as it transforms and transmutes for new growth. So I began this journey as a little girl in the 70s who loved to be outside, who loved to climb trees, who loved to be barefoot. And I've always kept that as dear to me. And I've always been one that's had several pets who I feed wildlife, I honor and respect. And not always witnessing that peace. And I believe Mother Earth has been weeping on the inside for years for humanity to wake up and to understand that we are not in lack and that we do not need to rape and ravage all of the bounty that is here on earth in order to sustain us, because divine great spirit provided everything for us. It's to live in harmony with it, to live in balance with it, to never taking more than we need. And we've been fueled by generations after generations, mostly the big corporations, of raping and ravaging and clear cutting our forest. If you're like myself and burn wood, cut a tree, give thanks for the earth giving you the tree, but then plant another tree to replace that one. So I've always felt that way. And so that's where I got into going, wow, you know, so many different cultures and backgrounds have spoken about this. The indigenous have went to the United Nations and governments across the world to speak this truth to them. But unfortunately, we've become so out of balance that the corporations have become greedy, while the people like you and I have been ignored and our voices haven't been heard. And so I feel wholeheartedly that in one of these waves of the Chiron in Aries generation, which is April 2nd, 1968 through March 29th of 1977. What I came to find in my research is that Chiron has a very irregular orbit. Chiron does not spend the same amount of time in each sign as it does some other planets do. Because of this irregular orbit of Chiron, the wounded healer, it spends more time in the two signs of Pisces and Aries. So the Pisces energy, healing the original wound of thinking that we're separate from spirit. Chiron in Aries, all of us light workers diving deep, starting to understand, most of us are healers, that in order to be the great healer that we are, we need to heal the wounds of the I am, of lifetime after lifetime of accumulation. And so I feel we're rising in that right now. I feel that, well, I do know this too, the symbol of Chiron is actually the key, which will be the clip art that I attached to the front of this video today. Chiron is the key to our healing and to us stepping into our roles as healers in the world right now, because we're witnessing the revelations of many things, and generation after generations and lifetimes after lifetimes of suppression and oppression and domination and hierarchy. And so our role as the warriors of the rainbow prophecy are to step forward, to go against the grain, to speak out and share information with others so that they can too heal their wounds. Seek first the kingdom within them for the answers, so that they can really step forward into their true healing and their true role on an individual level and also the collective at this time. So the Chiron return, and again, there was retrograde energies, right? I know it's retrograde in my birth natal chart. So Chiron return began April of 2018 through April of 2027. So if you are a Chiron in Aries generation, 1968 through 1977, I believe we are a wave of the rainbow warriors. I believe it is our time now to tap into wounds that we've carried perhaps through lifetime after lifetime, to heal them, to transmute them, and use the wisdom and the knowledge for overcoming the circumstances that, as we have human experiences, so that we can pave our way forward, so we can see a better future for our children. More than anything, my fucking passion is the children, nature, and animals. This planet is beautiful, And for far too long, it's been raped and depleted, never allowed to rest. And so this Chiron return that started April 2018 will continue through April of 2027. And again, you could be a Chiron in Pisces as well, because Chiron retrograded but then went back into Aries. You two are in this. You'll have to look online for the exact dates of the Chiron in Pisces generation. But that is that's the Pisces energy, is healing the original wound to thinking that we were separate from God, from the Creator. And then the Aries, Chiron in Aries, is healing thyself, blazing forward. We can be known as the trailblazers of spirit. It is about reclaiming parts of ourselves that have felt rejected lifetime after lifetime, being burned at the stake, even currently today, not going with the narrative because many of us are awake to it, being shamed and blamed and persecuted. Fucking who cares? It's time to rise. Wounded healers, to be wounded no more. When we experience our Chiron return, we have the opportunity to heal those early parts of us that were wounded. A step into our authenticity and our wholeness. Chiron is attuned to the qualities of Mars as the warrior, the initiator. It shows how to cross the bridge between personal and transpersonal realms to connect with our higher selves. Oh my God, meditations have been profound, and many of us are given exactly the key we need to heal, even if subconscious, the wounds that have left us feeling rejected, separated, not heard, not loved, and it is time. The time is now. Chiron can help us awaken to our purpose and express our unique gifts. It is the return of the sacred warrior. It's the era of the rebels. It is a time for us to learn who we truly are, how we keep our originality while still contributing to the whole. This is where we break away from following the herd. We are here to learn more about ourselves. Many find their way by being in service, helping others, and changing the world for the better. The Aries energy is a natural leader, but it can be self-involved by doing things their own way. We can take this opportunity to get involved socially or helping one in need. Aries is known as the warrior, bravely entering the battlefield of life because it's the first sign of the zodiac. It's that fire element, that first spark of life, the I am. When Chiron enters Aries, we have to fight our own inner battles to get to the heart of our own pain, to our own wound. For those afraid of conflict, this can be very difficult if we don't face it and overcome the fear head on. You will be forged by fire for these 9 years, and you will be stronger for it. So what did I say at the beginning with this beautiful sharing? Fire transmutes. It burns away things that no longer serve for our highest good so that we can have fresh, vitality. And that's where we bring forth this return of the Chiron in Aries generation. It is letting go of anger for the resentments, the wounds. A fire-ruled sign ruled by aggressive Mars, anger will be felt during these periods in Aries. Anger, people who caused heartbreak, trauma, even government for instilling injustices, or angry with self for feeling limited and restricted. That's huge for me. I have let go of resentment that I didn't even know I was holding. I've always felt pissed off about the injustices of the hierarchy, especially the government, and seeing through the bullshit of what we're all witnessing in not only 2020. These revelations are happening now because of the Great Conjunction, initiating the Saturn-Jupiter conjunction in December of 2020, also known as the Star of Bethlehem. And then many planets, Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury, the Sun, all were in Aquarius, which is ushering in an awakening, the age of light. We're getting a taste for it. And now the time is now for this rainbow prophecy, because many of us understand we've been fucking punked lifetime after lifetime, and then we played small, not wanting to shine our lights, because we are true healers. We have a respect and an honor for beautiful Mother Earth and all that inhibits, including humans. But we do not have to accept the behavior. We do not have to accept the narrative. In fact, you are encouraged by Spirit to not follow the herd right now, as we are in this Chiron return. Again, all the way from April of 2018 into 2027. Now is the time. Chiron in Aries rules the head, our physical body, root chakra also connected. So fear coming up, anger coming up, totally okay. Face it, release it, surrender to the divine. Express your anger. It's good to have anger. Anger is fire. Expressing it in a healthy way. Be fucking angry of the injustices by the governments, by how it's been for generation after generation. I mean, Yeshua himself being persecuted for teaching love and compassion. We need to change. We were given everything. We were created in his, her image and more. To step forward, to not submit to the oppression, the censorship, the shaming and blaming. It's all a big fucking game of a power trip by a few, and their power trip will fail, because the divine, and when we all come together as rainbow warriors, stepping into our knowingness of who we are and saying, no more, you will not disrespect Mama Gaia. You will not disrespect the beautiful animals, and you sure as hell will not disrespect the fucking innocence of our sacred feminine created children, life. Boom. So this irregular orbit doesn't transit through each sign at an equal time. I already covered that. It is going over more time in Pisces, the original wound of thinking that we separated from Creator. And then self, the I am. Where were you wounded as a child? Where did you carry in past lifetime wounds and patterns? Now is the time to release the anger, to let the fire burn within you, to not flow with the narrative led to slaughter by the 1%. You are sovereign. Your body's sovereign. You're a spiritual being. You're a sovereign child of creation itself, and you will not be tolerant of being raped, innocents raped, voices silenced. No more. We deserve better. We deserve to be abundant, all joyful, innocence, and our children deserve way more. So step forward. So the Pisces, if you were a Chiron in Pisces generation, it is the original separation, thinking that we separated from spirit. It is a powerlessness, a feeling of victim. You have the opportunity for spiritual growth. Do not choose escapism and turning your cheek from the things that are unfolding. Be the one that speaks up, blazing a trail so that other people can follow suit to you. And an understanding of why we are truly here as divine sovereign beings. the Aries. Self, courage to be you. I'm a Chiron in Aries generation, retrograde actually. Independent to be who you are. It's okay to be angry, release it in a healthy way. And it's about bringing back your childlike innocence. It is about trusting yourself, about trusting the divine. It is about lack of impatience. So surrender to that if you have that come up, because growing and changing and evolving takes time. It's layers. It's peeling back layers. It's about stepping away from the herd, like it says in the prophecy, and knowing that our beautiful planet deserves better. It deserves to be honored and cherished. We should be getting back in sync with nature, who sustains us. She is the womb. She's the womb that sustains us in a physical body, and everything we need is here and provided for. God will give us more, this and all more. This planet does not matter how many people are on this planet, although if each one of us was healed, there wouldn't be, people having children. I did this myself with people that I was not in harmony with. There would not be separations in the union of the husband and the wife, and family dynamics being broken down. Not judging ourselves from that, but when we rise and we heal that wounded healer within us, we are in the frequency of the divine as sovereign children of the universe. And then we make better decisions, and we also call those more healthy gifting relationships inwards. With that being said, there's particular people out there that think we're overpopulated, and then they want to poison the hell out of us to depopulate us. It's not that fucking person's job to play God, but what they can do is heal themselves. What we can do is take our power back and say, no more. This is not acceptable. And if you get censored on social media platforms like I do, find alternatives. Stop supporting the ones that censor the truth. Because this return of the Chiron in Aries, that is going to last all the way through 2027, it is our time to level up more than ever, to bring forth the love in the unity consciousness. So there's a sacredness of our human experiences again, instead of everything backwards the way that it's been. It's been hijacked. Whether we were scared to come forward because of being persecuted in the past or even a past life, now is the time where we can face our shadows, to face our wounds, to remember there's no separation from us and the divine, so that we can go forward in this age of light with abundance, and an honor and a respect for all creation. And so I'm going to close this up. Chiron energy is the key to your healing. If you need help finding it in your birth natal chart, reach out to me in the comments. Again, I also wanted to say that it orbits between Saturn and Uranus, and at first I didn't understand that, but because it is an irregular orbit, the Chiron energy, it does not spend time in each sign as long as other signs, and it spends the most time, again, I'm sharing this again, in Pisces and in Aries. So that's very significant. So I'm going to pull a few messages maybe from the native spirit in honor and respect of the earth, of our body, of creation. Start somewhere. I started recycling years ago because there is no away. I remind people of this all the time. Throw it away. There is no fucking away. It ends up in a landfill. It ends up out of the garbage truck on the road, and animals are getting their heads stuck in things that man did. So recycle. Separate things. I think I take one bag of trash to the dump about once every 3 weeks, and it's not even a full bag. So refurbish. When you take something from the earth, give thanks. When you take something from the earth, give something back. Make everything prayer. Make everything meditation. I don't put timelines on things because I can stop now and take deep centering breaths and be grounded, and that can be my meditation. Connecting to the divine is important every day. Call upon the divine. I call upon the Great Spirit, the Holy Spirit, to guide me to share a message today with the closing of our Chiron in Aries return. And I ask for your support for all who tune in to listen, to let them know it's okay to shine their light. It's embraced to be unique. It's wonderful to step out of the box and against the herd that we're currently witnessing. If not now, when? And I can do all things through Christ consciousness that strengthens me. Shalom. Okay. I hope you enjoyed my sharing today. I do get on a rant, but that's okay. That's my anger. I've never done good with injustices. I have a stellium in the sign of Libra. So I'm about fairness. I'm about being able to hear different perspectives and being open. And another thing that's huge is people need to learn how to communicate. Communicate. Share with each other. If you have a conflict or a riff with somebody, speak up. It isn't being mean to bring to the table a conversation that needs to be had to make the crooked straight. I know for me, that's one thing I'm healing is a deep, deep mother wound. And when I tried to sit and make the crooked straight, that person did not want to hear nothing. In fact, twisted my words. And so I continually will release. What is it, Spirit, for this sharing of the Chiron energy? Rise, healers. Release the wounds. Soothe your inner child. Call back the fragmented parts of your soul that fragmented off through traumas, through violation of an innocence as a child. Time is now. Time is now. Time is now. So what is it, Spirit, that you would like to share with this Chiron energy? Oh my gosh. Need I say a word? Unbelievable. I love Spirit. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. Thank you, Christ. Thank you, the Holy Spirit. I'm reading out of this. That just, oh my gosh. I am so thankful for the connection with Spirit. I've been through a lot of shit in this lifetime alone. I know that I did in past lives as well. But when I tapped into God and I said, here I am, show me what I need to know, show me who I truly am, I am thankful. I am so thankful, and it is magical, guys. Tap into it. Oh my God. That's so awesome. Woo! Love it. If you're tuned in today and your Chiron is in a different sign, research it, because it still holds that energy of the wounded healer, and this is the key for you in this lifetime to overcome. So if you need help with that, reach out to me. I'm learning astrology. I love astrology. I believe I've done it in my past lives. So here we go. Excuse me. Healing energy, vitality, and life force energy are flowing through you and to you. You are a healer. I know I am. I am too. Woo! You are a healer and you provide healing for others, even if you're not conscious of it. Whatever needs to be healed in your life is being resolved. Your so-called faults are becoming your virtues. No matter what happened in your past, the past does not need to equal the future. It's true. The cracks can be where the light enters your soul. It's so true, because I experienced a very significant child loss in this lifetime, and when I was broken open in the most vulnerable time of my life, Spirit grabbed a hold of me and comforted me and lifted me up, and still does to this day. Wow. Whew. The wounded healer is in the tradition of the native cultures that asserts that some of the greatest healers are those who have gone through hardship and survived, or who have been wounded and healed. It's believed that these individuals can provide great solace and can instigate profound healing for others. You may have been wounded in your life, or you may have gone through challenging times, but the roots go deepest where the wind blows strongest. You are the healer in the most profound sense of the word. Healing energy is surging through you. Whatever in your life needs healing is being addressed on the inner realms. Your strength lies in the difficulties that you've overcome. It is. Because when your heart is cracked wide open like mine was, and because I allowed the surrender to the divine, and I called upon the Creator for assistance, it has been the most transformative energy. Grief is for anybody. Grief and loss is very transformative if you can tap into Spirit. Let's do one more from the Chiron energy, which is a channel of Gaia's energy and Earth, because we are in such changing revelations revealed. All will be revealed, and it's starting to be revealed now to those who have the eyes to see, to step away from the programming, to allow your divinity to shine, and to first seek the kingdom which is within you. Step away from the programming of TV. It's satanic. It's literally a psychological warfare. Go where you're celebrated, not tolerated, and do not conform. Your free thinking and sovereign right to have your own thoughts. What is the energy for Gaia? What would Kryon's energy like to share with all of us who are tuned in with the Chiron energy? Benevolent energy. My puppy's snoring down there. You cannot make it up. Do you see how Spirit works for us, through us, when we ask? It's beautiful. It's amazing. It amazes me every day and has amazed me. If you felt like the black sheep, if you were connected as a little child with your dreamlike ability and your intuition and magical connections with other realms, and it was snuffed through the programming of perhaps your parents, it's time to call that back. Call back the parts of you that have felt wounded. Call your soul back to its wholeness. Heal and love your inner child. The changes you make today are not only going to create more changes, but also more benevolence. God is in love with you so much that this God, this creative source, sees what you do and matches the benevolent energy with synchronicity. Who knew? I love the whole idea that whatever we do to change ourselves is not a vacuum. A linear view would have us working with ourselves the way we do in school. When we take a course in history or math, we are struggling to lift ourselves up. We take a test alone and the results are what we did by ourselves. Suddenly, Spirit is giving us an entirely new paradigm around the esoteric work. we are doing on this planet. Prayer is powerful. Prayer puts out a ping to God, not in a victim way, not in help me get me out of this. No, strengthen me as I go through this shit. Transform it yourself. Nobody's coming to save you but you. Okay, sorry, got ranting. Spirit is giving us an entirely new paradigm around the esoteric work we are doing on the planet. Our work actually gets matched in the metaphysical way by increased synchronicity and intuition. What is synchronicity? I call it planned luck. My reaction? Bring it on. We are not alone. This card is a reminder that you are never alone in anything you do, and that as we work with changing this paradigm on the planet, benevolence is the result. This is something better. Tap in. Transform your wounds. Be the rainbow warrior that you are, the healed, healthy warrior. Tap into the benevolence. See the synchronicities. Bring forth your authentic self without any hesitation. Leave the herd mentality if those who want to program you, and step forward into the tribes of lifting you up, of celebration. And I'm looking forward to sharing with you guys more and more. I hope this Chiron energy triggers something within you today. I hope it's beneficial for you. Again, so much love to you. Shalom.